Good afternoon and welcome to S24 Insight. Today we are talking about the future, but not as theory. We are talking about the future inside classrooms, government offices, farms, satellites, computers, data systems, public service examinations, and the hands of young Nigerians trying to find their place in a changing world. For decades, Nigeria has produced certificates, but the world is now asking for competence. The world is asking, can you use data, solve problems, think digitally? Can you monitor the environment and can you understand technology beyond pressing buttons? Can you also build systems that work? Nigeria's ICT sector has become one of the most important parts of the economy. In 2024, the sector contributed about 17.68% to Nigeria's real GDP, according to analysis of National Bureau of Statistics data. But the deeper question is whether our schools, public institutions, and workforce are truly ready for the digital economy. The National Information Technology Development Agency says Nigeria is targeting 70% digital literacy by 2027 and 95% by 2030. That is ambitious, but ambition alone does not train people. Systems do, teachers do, curriculum does, infrastructure does, discipline does. Our guest today has lived through several layers of Nigeria's technology journey. He joined the Federal Ministry of Agriculture in 1976, became pioneer head of computer and information services at the Raw Materials Research and Development Council, served as pioneer director of planning, research and data bank at NALDA, and later became director of Space Science Office in the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. He is an agronomist, remote sensing specialist, digital image processing expert, environmental monitoring specialist, educator, author, and executive director of Aflon Digital Institute, which has trained more than 16,000 graduates in different areas of information technology. Dr. AKIN FAPHOHUNDA, welcome to S24 Insight.
It's my greatest pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. Your profile really speaks a lot, and I'm already like jittery to say, oh, where should I start from? There's a lot to talk about. So let's start from somewhere. And because you wear many caps, if I would say, let's start with the journey from agriculture to digital systems. Dr. FAPHOHUNDA, your career cuts across agriculture, remote sensing, environmental monitoring, etc. And what is the thread connecting all of this in our world today?
I had to survive. And I believe in self-reliance. My contemporaries like to spray on government, but government did not appeal to me the way things are done. I just knew with my 10 fingers and my brain, I could do anything. In the agri space, it was not functional. It cannot sustain you independently. We don't have agri business. We have only farming. It's only agri business that can sustain you. You can buy a car, build a house. I knew that would not work for me. It can't work for anybody up till now. So I've decided consciously that I had to go IT. And the time I went to IT, it was just zero. I wrote 2 books, trivial books, and I made money from it. PTF of February gave me a contract to produce 40,000 copies of my book for about 12 million naira.
At the time?
At 1995.
I'm sure tens of millions of naira.
At 1995.
Wow.
So I wrote so many books to encourage people to learn IT. I've been changing from agri. Within IT, I've changed to web design. I'm now on artificial intelligence and robotics because I move with the time, and you have to move with the time. Nothing is static.
That's really interesting.
Beginning from November last year, I've imbibed artificial intelligence and robotics only, and I cannot live without it anymore.
Wow.
AI is it for me.
For your age, I'm really interested to speak to you further on that. Let's start from where you started the whole of this journey from. You started as an agronomist, right? An agriculture expert, I believe. When did you start working? And what pushed you from working in agri to ICT?
Well, in our own time, there are not so many disciplines now. You either read law, medicine, engineering. And I was not a very good student in my secondary school days. I had not discovered myself at all. I barely passed WAEC, not because I was not really good, but I had terrible home situation. When you are so those days, they say 8 p.m. when you put up the kerosene, you are wasting kerosene, no time to study at all. So that's where I was. So I was able to just enter UI with the minimum qualification available. But in the UI self, but I now discovered myself superlatively. I now know how to study and how to reason well. So, but I already in the agri sector, and I made the best out of it. And I joined the government. I was fighting for change, for agri-business, Look, I started in a good environment in Kano. Abubakar, may God bless his soul. The man had the vision that is like Netherlands, where you live on farming. He created Tiga Dam, and I served at Kadara for 1 year. It made me have interest that you have irrigation, you can produce 2-3 crops in a year. That was it. So I got converted. And then after NYC, federal government and everything went down. Federal government, Ministry of Agriculture is just papers and papers and papers. I survived the system. I didn't like it. Again, I moved to Raw Material Research Council. Agri-based raw materials to produce for industry, don't produce for raw export, process. For 3 years, I was director, head of agricultural raw materials to do backward integration. I also served in NTC, tobacco company, where they produce their tobacco and they make cigarettes. The value chain is controlled. But all those troubles, up to now, we don't have 500 hectare unit of farm anywhere. It's all 2 hectares, 3 hectares, 4 hectares. You can't make it. So,
but there's still vast farmland in Nigeria.
Of course. But the system, the political class wants to put the people down. Peasant farmer. You give me a small bag of fertilizer, a small bag of tractor. They don't want to empower you to have tractor, to
bulldozers, shellers,
to clear land. And then when you look, I had a friend who produced about 50 hectares of cassava. He died because the cassava grew up. Not to harvest the cassava from the ground. You cannot do cassava manually from the ground if the ground is too big. He planted too big.
And was
no technology to harvest. We have Center for Mechanization in Ilorin, but it's dead. So we are not primed for agri-business. So when I became director planning, that's the worst experience. We have traveled 36 states to go 500 hectares in every central district nationwide. I went by road for 8 years. Obama just came and shut it down. He closed it down because there are too many agencies of government. Imagine them closing them down. We have 400 tractors that just disappeared.
400?
Yeah, acquired by NALDA. Just disappeared because everybody just went through with it. The government was closed down. So part of fighting, I read remote sensing at my master's level in the United States. I was transferred to the Space Science Office in the presidency, and then they want to go satellite. Any satellite, we have no light, no water.
Where will you go satellite
Where satellite for? When they said the office on the way to the airport, I said, this is a museum. You can't launch rockets from the airport road. Where I trained the United States, 50 kilometers from the nearest settlement where you can launch rockets. But they said the headquarters is on the way to the airport. I said, this is a museum. My time is up. I tried to just retire from government. And I started having a small school on my own just to survive. And the school is now 400 students in Kuje, and it's doing fine.
That's really so much. Like, you've said a lot, and I feel like I don't know where we're going to even start from. You've mentioned we're supposed to have farmlands for agri-business, not the peasant farmers that you...
2 hectares.
That's
one bag of maize, that's all.
Yeah.
One bag of maize.
So you left the civil service what year?
2000. 26 years ago.
26 years ago.
Everybody was supposed to read that I could be director of government with all the money, with everything. Stealing money though. Not money don't work for. I put everything aside and I decided to just take my destiny in my hands. And 20 years later,
this is where you are.
I put my children through school, then they're fine.
So that's really amazing. I believe that we should be bringing you back every now and then to speak to these issues, to remind the government and other policymakers that there is need to actually curate systems that work so that we can actually progress. You worked in government at a time when computerization was still new in Nigeria. What did you see early that many institutions were too slow to understand?
Well, as I said, I converted from agriculture to computer science in University of Ibadan on my own. IIT was nearby. I just picked interest. I bought my first laptop, Apple IIc, in 1984 on my own.
1984?
I bought my own personal computer, Apple IIc then. My children, they thought I bought TV. When I put the carton, they said, Daddy, you are saying for yourself. You didn't buy for ours because we were buying color TV then. I invested my own cash money to buy personal computer in 1984.
1984, there were computers.
And I was making money from my colleague also, but then we were doing regression analysis and all that. I was taking them 20 naira, 30 naira, 40 naira, making money from them because they could not analyze their own data. They did masters. So entrepreneurship in me just came to the fore. And when I now I rose rapidly because of the way I've evolved. I was head of agriculture and raw materials. But the computer person then doesn't know what he was doing. I would dabble into it. My boss then, Dr. Bisala, would say, you are a good person. Why are you put your mouth in computer? I say, but I have computer too. I run it. We just bought 12 computers and they could not connect it. They couldn't connect it. I said, can you connect? I said, I can. I connected it. You are now head of computer services. Please leave agri. Anybody can do agri. That's how I converted to computer science properly. And I was promoted to deputy director. I was catapulted because they had to head the department. And I was the only knowledgeable person in the organization. So it made me to rise from level 12 to level 16.
4 levels?
In 4 years.
Wow.
In 4 years.
That's earned, actually. It was earned. It wasn't because you know somebody. It's not because of close proximity to power.
I went to advertise for now the director of planning, research, and data bank. I am a great background. I've put 3 years setting up a computer system for raw materials. And then, of course, 14 people for the interview. No competition. No competition. It's just, I've been prepared. I'm prepared for it.
That's amazing.
It's a grace of God.
What was the biggest resistance you faced when introducing digital thinking into public institutions?
Well, honestly, there's no resistance. Because I know very well, I had an encounter with Professor Francis Idachaba. He was the chairman of the board. Before I resumed duty, they already ordered typewriters. Before I resumed duty, I director of planning research. And I told my boss, I'm not going to work with typewriters. We are buying computer. They said, but the board has already approved. They need to give order for it. I said, no, it will never be. He said, well, you will not meet Idachaba if he agree with you. So I traveled to Makobi to go and meet Idachaba. I said, we are not going to buy typewriters.
Should be computers.
Computers. And Grace, Professor Idachaba agreed with me that it is true. He himself was an analog person. But I persuaded them
to become digital.
To change the contracts from people. People got the contract, we are not counting your profit. But instead of supplying typewriters,
give us
computers. So I must commend Professor Idachaba for agreeing with me. This is how the director, I'm a professor. It was my teacher in the University of Ibadan, Idachaba. Yeah, I took his course, economics, agroeconomics. So I knew him, but I had to meet him and say, sir, what you approved cannot stand. And he agreed. So no resistance in honesty. People are ready to embrace change, but then many of them, they don't really want to learn. You only study geography, you're a geographer. You study economics. Nobody wants to move into other areas. People are safe in their comfort zone up till now. And I can speak that I was consultant to Orosai's head of service to do exam for directors where they want to become permanent secretaries. I was the examiner for IT for 9 years. You cannot become a permanent secretary unless you do IT exam. And I was the
examiner.
And the directors after they have passed the exam, they don't know how to do booting. They just study to pass the exam. I don't think Onasaye really succeeded too much, despite it. The rate of success is very low. Because the big men, they don't really paper. They can't operate even the cell phone, many of them up to now.
Oh.
Many love send text. But to do complicated things with, no, they cannot.
That's really eye-opening. And technology is never just about machines, it's about mindset.
Yes, it's mind.
And, you know, mindset is old. Even new machines become decoration when you don't change your mindset.
With AI now, what I'm able to do now, I can't believe it.
At 72, that's really amazing. Let's take a quick break. When we return, we complete this episode and talk more to the personality of Dr. AKIN FAPHOHUNDA. On the journey so far, I believe we'll do more episodes because this is really interesting to find someone with this level of intellect and public service years and also running business. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's still S24 Insight, and we've been speaking to Dr. AKIN FAPHOHUNDA, a very revered person in the agronomy and also digital space. I think it's a lot to unpack what Dr. FAPHOHUNDA would be able to speak to, but let's quickly do a few more things before we call it a wrap on the show. Welcome back to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
And let's talk about Nigeria now, which talks about digital economy, artificial intelligence, data, cybersecurity, and innovation. But what is the real state of digital literacy in the country from your experience?
I must commend, not everything is bad in Nigeria. Some people are really working hard. 2025, NUC has launched a new curriculum for the universities, first class.
2025?
Yes. Created so many degrees now. Subjects are to be polytechnic, they are now university. You have BSc fashion design now. They are all embedded. In addition, we have also created a new curriculum for primary and secondary school, also in 2025.
Oh.
What it means now is that all textbooks that we have now, they have become obsolete. Knowledge is the same. Physics is physics. Chemistry is chemistry, but it's now rearranged. What we're going to study in SS3 is now in SS1. What we're going to do in 300 level university is now 100 level. So it's rearranged. So I've taken this as a big challenge of my life. I can't finish it. 100 level course alone, I usually there are 280, 100 level series of courses in the Nigerian system now. Mathematics 101, Chemistry 101, Physics 101. There are 280 of it. Each one will need to produce learning material for a semester each.
Wow.
I've taken that one now. I've created the website cns.com.ng and I'm creating curriculum using AI now. I've done Mathematics 101, Chemistry 101, Physics 101. I've done General Studies 101. I'm doing it now. I'm creating a website to just give the access to materials because there are 304 universities
in Nigeria.
If you are taking Mathematics 101, there have to be 304 lecturers and different levels of competence. But the document I'm producing now, lecture note, will be a standard document that any student anywhere
can access it. Is it monetized?
It's not monetized. You pay little money, 5,000, 10,000 per semester. It will be. Because anything that is free will never be appreciated.
It will not.
But I know I'm putting a lot of effort. So, in effect, the change has come. And it's going to be driven by technology. I mean, if you're writing a book in the past, one book alone will take you maybe 2 years to write
or more
manuscript. But I've drafted 10 courses now, 15 weeks in a semester. I've done 10 already in the last 1 month.
Wow.
Using artificial intelligence
resources.
Tools. So change is coming. Change is coming. It's like you have a child in your house. You will not know the child is growing, but a visitor came to you last year and comes today. You will see that the child has grown
up. Yeah.
But you know the child, you not realize it. So things are happening, and I'm happy to be part of the change.
You've talked about education and curriculum. Let's quickly brush through what you've done at the Aflon Digital Institute, which trained hundreds of FCTA teachers and civil servants in 2011. What did that experience teach you about the relationship between teacher capacity and national digital transformation?
Well, my experience, I started doing computer training alone for postgraduates, newcomers. The time when you have to do aptitude tests, you cannot get employment unless you have a certificate of computer. I was doing that. But a few years ago, I realized that we need to start from secondary school. So I wrote books for primary 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, SS1, SS2, like that. And the books are used in my school. So we start them young in my own school. And the books are available to people. I've made some money selling it to
general public.
The last 1 month now, in 2 days, I prepared revision notes, 100 pages each from all my subjects.
Wow.
Summarize SS1, SS2, SS3 into a document, all the major topics with wide questions and answers for chemistry, biology, physics, geography, economics. I did it 10 subjects, and I give it free.
To your students?
No, across.
Across?
Across. I put it online. Across, anybody can download it. The revision notes.
Wow.
You should not have to have textbook of physics, 400 pages. I've taken all major topics out. And they put wide questions the last 5 years, recording questions. I put it available for my students in my school.
And then to the general
all proprietors. I'm a member of the proprietors of schools
in Nigeria.
So I put it on the platform.
Wow.
A lot can be done.
That's laudable. I think there is a program, civic program called Governance Room for S24. We are launching it. We'd like to probably invite you in one of the episodes, and also maybe you can bring people that are leading in your school to speak to
Absolutely.
issues.
I will do it with greatest pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir.
Pleasure.
So let's talk about what Nigeria must do in the next 5 years if it does not want to remain a consumer nation in the digital world.
God save me. We don't have infrastructure. It's not point to say hope. Hope has no foundation, is useless. We don't have power. We don't have. Until the power situation is solved, you are manufacturing. What are you manufacturing? You are paying how much for this? 2,000 per liter. You are using petrol. You can't manufacture anything. Our economy is a giant market for the Chinese. Every supermarket, everything in the shop is Chinese. And to manufacture, you must produce raw materials, you must have the process, and then you must have the equipment. To run the equipment, you need power. And there's no power. I cannot invest in anything in the next 5 years. If you can solve power problem in the next 5 years, then the way to do it is to actually have oases of excellence. You have, if you say Kogi now is a agri zone, invest in power there, invest in processing there, let farmers be there.
Everything.
You create small
the value chain.
You create small oases. You can't do nationwide. So if you can take a modular approach to select certain areas and make them to be product specific, plus processes involved, and give them power. Don't let us have a generator in residential. Spend money to create power that is suitable for the manufacturing you are doing. To make shoes, you can have a garment factory cluster in a place. All they are making is clothes. Then you are going to go cotton nearby. Then you are going to make dyes. Then you make threads. Then you have machines that will produce yards of cloth. And then you sew. Everything will be in that village.
So it's a value chain there.
And everything. If you can do that, you won't make shoes, make socks,
Makes clothing,
shirts,
fabrics.
make clothes, then make Zobo drink. We should have a period to produce Zobo drink.
I think there are a few smaller companies doing that. It's not the big
We need
ones.
to have a whole village where they are all making Zobo. All they are doing is Zobo. Everybody there. You have a big equipment to take the raw product, process it as intermediate products. But you have to go and buy from Jos, buy from Bauchi. Transportation is too difficult for you.
Yeah.
So we are not thinking this country. We have to think.
We need to think.
We are not thinking.
We need to think.
Yeah,
we need to think. So if you could give one national warning and one national instruction on technology, what would they be?
Well, technology, we are used to buying. We like everything we import. But it's from within. We have to have from within. We are not a nation. Have to have assimilation of technology. Technology for what? If you want to produce food, then all our raw material for food, millet, maize, zobo, we do everything based on it. In the school, we have food drink based on zobo. All schools in Nigeria, they will take zobo as a drink when they are on break. You understand? You can add a little milk to it. But it's zobo drink. They created a big industry for zobo. India did it with limca. It's the opposite of bitter lemon. We need to produce our own product based on our own environment for our own people. If you're making fura or you're making ogi, everybody must take pap and you add a little protein to it, but nationwide. Pap, that's the basic food we are going to take every morning, maybe 3 times a week. If government were to say, set up a factory to make pap for 20 million Nigerian children, then go and borrow money, set up that sector in 6 zones. Big industry.
Zones,
So produce pap for all children in school, 20 million of them. Is that not industry?
It is.
Is it not based on our environment?
It is.
Are we taking custard? No. Cocoa oats. We replace cocoa oats, replace custard with pap. 45 with
I just pray that the appropriate people would watch and listen to this, take lead, and also maybe look for you to speak on the way to do implementations and blueprints.
All ideas are there, but the politicians now,
they're not interested.
They need 50 million to get form. That's what they're interested in. 100 million to get form, so that they can get in charge of allocation, and they do personalize the allocation in the state or in local government. That's their focus.
Let's quickly move to rapid fire segment where we ask you questions with short answers, yes or no, or a short sentence. Let's start with this one. Certificate or competence?
Oh, absolutely competence.
Data or politics?
Combined, but you need data.
Data come first.
You not live on falsehood. The population is fake. We have 300 million, 400 million. It's fake. We don't know anywhere.
Yes, because the last population census was in 2006, and we've not been able to do another one.
33%.
Yeah,
it's fake.
It is.
It's fake.
Now let's go to coding or problem solving.
Code is a tool. You must have the problem first. You identify the problem, then coding is just a process of how you get it solved.
So problem solving. Digital literacy or digital entertainment?
Entertainment is just Hollywood. It's just out here, So entertainment is not the issue. Entertainment is when you are actually leisure. If you not put leisure over everything, then you are empty.
Of course, yes. Teacher training or student devices?
Teachers still, you need leaders to teach. Leaders to teach.
AI, opportunity or threat?
It depends. To me, it's a great opportunity. It's not threat. What threat?
Some will say it will take people's jobs.
New jobs. I've created new jobs in the last. I'm taking on the US system now to produce textbooks. I'm going to make life easy for people.
For students.
Opportunities now exist to do so. You can do more now
with AI.
With AI.
So, what's Nigeria's biggest tech weakness?
We are just not interested in learning.
We're not interested in learning.
We are not.
And what can we do to be interested in learning?
Until we are beaten in the head. Because you have to. If there's no pressure on you,
you would not take.
If there's no exam, you're not be a good student. Yeah. Exam is what disciplines you. Yeah. Exam is coming. If you don't recall where there's no exam, you just take notes plenty and then and go for shopping.
So now one digital skill every graduate must learn.
Process thinking.
Process thinking as a digital skill.
Because you must know first principle of anything before you can automate the process.
Okay, one thing government must digitize urgently.
Records.
And finish this line. Nigeria's digital future depends on
our innate ability for change.
Thank you so much, Dr. AKIN FAPHOHUNDA, for joining us on S24 Insight. Today's conversation leaves us with a clear message. Technology is not the future anymore. It is the present. The question is whether Nigeria is preparing its people for that present or still training them for yesterday. A nation that wants food security must understand data. A nation that wants climate resilience must understand environmental monitoring. A nation that wants efficient government must understand digital systems. And a nation that wants job must teach competence, not certificates alone. Dr. FAPHOHUNDA's story reminds us that technology is not only about devices, it is about vision. It is about systems, about knowledge that can be applied. And it is about the courage to keep learning before the world moves ahead without us. So today, we leave you with this question. If the future is already digital, how long can Nigeria afford to keep training people for an analog world? I am Halima Abdullah, and this is S24 Insight. Bye for now.